Hey, how's it going, guys? I just wanted to make this video about how I became an iron worker. Um, so I went to welding college, that was good. And then I got out of welding school. And as I was in welding school, I also had a job. It was at the trash truck place, right? So I'm like inside of a trash truck welding holes and redoing the body work and stuff like that. It was the worst job I've ever had. And it was also during COVID, where everyone's like sick and I'm inside of everyone's trash. Somehow I didn't get COVID even till this day. It's fucking crazy. So, yeah, I started out welding trash trucks, and then I went to these fencing companies and did all this shit, and like I'm a good welder. But unfortunately, when you're like 16 to 19 years old, nobody's gonna want to hire you because you're just so goddamn young and they think you don't know shit. So as I started getting older, I started getting bigger jobs, especially because I had a lot more experience. First big job I had was I was making these huge tanks for this guy. There was like for cleaning equipment for trucks. And I was in there and I started MIG welding these huge tanks, like just freaking huge big tanks, and they were leak tested, and I did really well. Um, no blueprints at all. I had to brake press everything. I had to cut all my material. I had to bend it all myself and then put it together myself. Um, and yeah, it was a really fun job. I made a lot of really cool stuff there. And I also got into TIG welding there. I learned how to TIG weld stainless steel, which is something that I've never done before, but it winded up helping me in my career. I'm now certified in aerospace stainless steel TIG, so that's awesome. So basically, how that job ended was this asshole who was like 35 years old comes in and decides to dick me out of the fucking place. Like, he saw that I was there making him money welding, and this guy's like, nah, this is my welding position. Came in there, did a bunch of whack shit to me, cursed me out, wanted to fight me, wanted to be super fucking mean to me. And at one point, he really wanted to fight me. He's like, oh, we could go outside and handle this shit right now. And I'm thinking, dude, I'm fucking I'm like 18 years old working this job. You're fucking like in your 30s and you're yelling at me. This is the first time I've ever experienced old men in construction yelling at you. And like, trust me, if you weren't a shit talker then, now you're a shit talker if you've done construction. So, I'm thinking, hey, dude, like I could, I told him, I was like, hey, dude, I could either spend 10 minutes grinding the machine or I could spend 10 minutes talking to your dumb ass. Which one you want it to be? And he was really mad about that. He was not happy at all. But in reality, it's true. What do you want to spend your time with? You want to spend your time arguing with some faggot who's insecure about an 18-year-old? Or do you want to spend your time making the company money? You know? Anyway, I wound up leaving that company just because, it was toxic. Like I can't deal with that, dude. And so I go on to all these other places. I wound up welding a bunch of stainless steel tanks for a while for a different company, and then I got into an ironworking place after I left that place because I needed to make more money because I was getting sued. So got into this structural steel place, started making these beams and stuff, got knocked out at the strip club, all types of shit. Everything was going well, dude. I almost worked there for a full ass freaking like year and a half, right? Until one day they just hired this guy and he laid off like everyone. He just like fucking laid off everyone for no reason. Which sucks, and it sucks that I had to be the guy that goes, because I think one of the main reasons was I was lifting this beam that was probably about 20 feet wide. Um, and I was lifting it on the forklift, and suddenly I hit something, and it came off balance, and I fucking dropped it. And at the end of the day, I got my fucking check, and I left. Because they said, oh, it wasn't because you dropped the beam. But I fully knew full well that it probably was, and not only that, they just didn't have enough machines and equipment for all these people because the shop was super packed, and they for some reason they ordered all this material and stuff, and it was just really dysfunctional with management. It's not my fault, you know. So I was devastated, you know. I loved that job. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into that job. I loved it, you know. And all of a sudden, this new boss guy comes in and fires the most hardworking kid there. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I moved on to this next place. This next place was like the mother of all fucking holy mamas, you know? Go into this place. I get my own crane. I get my own work area, you know? I'm building stainless steel structural steel, and it's TIG welding plus flux core, building huge conventional ovens for this company. Um, Only problem is they spoke Spanish. I don't speak Spanish at all. So I'm building these huge pieces of machinery with no help. I'm building these things and I can't ask the owners how to build it. And their blueprints, not very good. Not only that, like, you gotta be able to communicate with workers and people to do your job successfully. So if you don't speak Spanish, you're fucked. I worked there for a good couple months and then they let me go because they're like, we straight up can't talk to you, Chris. You know, I'm sure you understand. And I was like, all right, I understand. Which it sucked, okay, because I'm homeless. I'm living in my van. I don't have any fucking money. I just got sued, which by the way, I won. And then, you know, all this shit fucking piled up on me. I was like, fuck, man. You know? So I shoot out my resume. Shoot it out. Thank God this company comes picks me up. You know, and they got me into ironworking. First day I go there, they send me in the field. Um, and I start my career right then and there. I stood on scaffolding and I hung up things at the job site and I did really well. And I'm still doing really well at this company as far as right now. Some of my craziest moments at this place was they send me all the way up to the sixth floor. It's like 70 feet or something. I have to tie myself off, walk on these beams, and help this guy weld stuff all the way on the top floor. I'm walking the beam right now, you know, and it was really awesome just to be that high up and be at that crazy of a risk. Even though I have my safety gear, it was still an accomplishment to be able to stand up there and say, hey, look, dude, I made it all the way the fuck up here after being homeless, after all that bullshit. I still was able to accomplish my dreams of becoming this great person that I wanted to be ever since I was a little guy. So, yeah, it was awesome. And another thing, like, I was on like a third floor putting in stairwells, and we have this overhead crane, and my foreman, he's lifting up the piece, and I just grab it, right? And I'm like, have no harness on. I'm at really big fall risk. Like, if I fall, I'm gonna break my arm or die. So I fucking grabbed the beam and I put my spud wrench in it and I freaking got it. I got it first fucking try, no problem. Just fucking hooked that shit right in there. And like, it was just awesome. And I looked at my foreman's face and he was laughing because he knew. He's like, damn, like this kid has it. Like he did it, you know? And I was like, oh, I got my bolt pin in there. Like, yeah, I just need a bolt, you know? It's like, get out my fucking bolt. And I fucking screwed on, and I mean, it was one of the greatest feelings of okay, like, dude, I'm hanging like big pieces of steel, and I came from such a shitty bullshit place of like just like low end tier construction, and now I'm like the big guy on the freaking beams doing what I've always wanted to do ever since I was in like school and working at the trash place, you know? So it's cool when you come from nothing to something. You know, I literally came from sleeping inside of a trash truck because I was so goddamn tired and had, you know, just all types of problems in my life too, becoming a very big, you know, iron worker, someone that builds huge pieces of steel. I winded up today actually lifting a 50-foot beam and off of a truck. I lifted this 50-foot beam and I set it down onto the rack so that we could make houses and buildings. Like I'm the guy who lifts the 50-foot beam up in the air, swings it around and puts it on down. So I just thought that that was freaking awesome. Um, but as far as problems that I have now, well, still homeless, you know, fucking, I live van life and shit, and like it's good, but have like some financial issues that I need to figure out, just like as far as like saving goes, and like, it's been rough out here for me. I've lost jobs when I like really needed them. So, other than that, other than my living situation, the only other problem I would have to say that I have is just being, quite frankly, lonely. I work a lot. I travel all the time. I'm like just always working, and I not having a home means not having like a place to even have friends over or even do anything. Not only that, like over these last couple years, I've been wronged by girlfriends and friends and stuff. And so all I've kind of wanted to do is just make money and, just go to bed and wake up the next day and make money. It's like, it's sad, because I'm living such a great part and successful part in my career, but I have no one to share it with, whereas before, I would go home and I'd tell my significant other, hey, like I made this many sales, or like, hey, I did all this cool stuff. And to be honest, they didn't really care either. So it's really not that much different. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Uh, I got kind of dark there, for a second, but I really did give up everything just so I could accomplish my dreams. And if you know what it's like if you have your own business and you have your own stuff, well, you know what it's like to leave your spouse, to leave your significant other, to accomplish a goal and a dream of yours. And when you do, it feels great. But at the end of the day, you just kind of feel empty because that person was supposed to be cheering you on the whole time. And it sucks, but at the same time, I still accomplish my goals, and I know that the next person that I'm with will appreciate that I took this time to do that. So got kind of dark there. There's not not very, not a very like happy ass ending, right? But still a good one. I accomplished my goals and I became this successful person. But with every, price of success, there is going to be a cost of failure. And you're gonna lose your friends, and you're gonna lose family, and people that won't support you, and people that are jealous. And all you have to do is just keep your head forward, and eventually you'll accomplish your goals. Because I did, and I proved it to myself, and there's no one else I gotta prove it to. And now I'm here telling you this story, and hopefully it inspires you. Hopefully it inspires you to become what you want to be, to excel in the career, and to not have to deal with bullshit motherfuckers that are telling you that you can't, and here's why. Fuck them. You can always do what you love to do. You might have to sacrifice a lot, but if it's truly what you love doing, you'll get it. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you're watching it, have a good day. And hopefully I'm not dead. Hopefully I didn't fall off a beam or like get crushed to death or like get light myself on fire. Yeah. I'm probably, if you're watching this, I'm probably just up there still building shit. Maybe I have my own company. That's where I want to go now. Is as far as to like, okay, well, what's next, Chris? What's next on your goal list? Like, I want my own welding company. And I kind of already do. Like I got my machines and I've sold things that I've made. So, but I want a very big, successful welding company. That's what I want. So yeah, have a good day, guys. Peace.